With this short video, I'm going to walk you through the installation of Visual Grasp 4. This is to commence at the part where you've already downloaded the file and you've saved it somewhere, perhaps on your local drive. And at this point, you've clicked the file that was downloaded. It's VG40 installation.exe. And this is the first screen that you come to. It's just a welcoming screen, and I'm just going to take the default next. If you've never installed Visual Grasp before, you will be presented first with this screen, which gives you the opportunity to acknowledge and to set up where particular file components are installed. If you have already installed Visual Grasp 4.0 before, then this screen will not present. It is a really important screen, however. You see the first box that we have up here deals with where the program is to be installed. The default is that it's installed on your local drive C under the folder program files and so on and so forth. In most cases, very rarely should you actually change this. This is designed to live in this location, and if you do alter it from here, it may change the way that you handle future installations. They will be less automated, if you will. So the preferred method is to leave this initial path alone as it is. The next box down here deals with where the default data location is, and this isn't actually your company data. This is it needs to have a default set of empty data templates installed. They technically should be installed on your local drive C. In all events here, this should serve most people's needs. It should be installed on drive C in a local folder. In fact, you see we were installing it in a folder called Grasp Software Corporation, Visual Grasp 4.0. What is important to know is that this location, once it's set up, needs to have full access rights for everybody. Everybody who runs Visual Grasp 4.0 needs to have full access to this folder. If in the past you have run Visual Grasp 3.0, you may in fact change this. For example, you might click here and say, oh, I don't want it in that what was suggested. I want it to be installed under our old folder, which you might call it something like this. So our old Visual Grasp 3 was installed under the local drive C under Grasp and a folder called ACCTG30. You may just choose instead to install it here under ACCTG40 in the Grasp. That way it may help you because your rights may have already been set up for that folder. Failing that, you can in fact go back and have it installed the way that we suggest in the default. The last box down here is equally important. We've centralized the licensing. Prior to Visual Grasp 4, the licensing was installed on each individual computer, and now we've centralized it into one central location. And this is a better use of your licensing because it means the licensing can be shared among multiple computers rather than having it rely on each individual computer. As well, this is also where we're going to tell it to find its version control. So this should just always be a network drive if you're doing, if you're intending to use this among multiple computers. And you can browse to it in here. And you'll see, in my particular case, I know I've already set it up, and I've told it that I want my licensing to be installed in this location here. Actually, mine should be on, in my case, it should be on drive V, and Visual Grasp 4, and licenses. If you don't have the folder set up initially, it will set it up for you at this point, but it's important that you make a selection here. If you don't make a selection, you will notice that your next box is not accessible to you. So once again, I'm just going to go back through. I'm going to choose where I know that I want my centralized licensing and version control to be located. And you would just do the same. Click Next when you're done. Once again, if you've never installed Visual Grasp 4.0, you probably will not get this screen. If you have installed it before, you will be presented with this screen, and the recommendation is just to leave it as is. Don't make any selections here and click on the next button. And once again, I'm just going to take all the defaults, and you'll see at this point that the program is being installed for us. And in a moment that will complete. Almost done, 66%. And here we are, we're finished. I'm going to click the Finish button. When it's completed, you'll notice it's put an icon on your desktop. This is a new icon. It's a checkbox inside of a green shield. It's called Visual Grasp. It's also located here under your programs. You'll find that you've got a Visual Grasp 4.0. And you can just start it like so. Two things with the installation. One is that it remembers where you've been in the past. If you've never been opened up any Visual Grasp 4 before, you will in fact find one to the demo data, which is here, and you can open that up as so. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this and end this particular video. I'm going to do the second video in this series will show you how to migrate your version 3 data, and we're going to do that next.